Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me again for another fun sharpening session. Tonight we're actually going to be sharpening and really just touching up. This doesn't need a lot of work, but this is my jointer plane. It's a hand plane blade. It's a Veritas version, and this is a V11 steel, which let me see if I can get that right there. V11. So that means this is a easy to sharpen steel that holds a good edge. So it's kind of in the middle. Best of both worlds, so doesn't take long to sharpen it. What I want to do with this, and you can see I've got, so the first thing when you get a plain blade is you've got to flatten the back, and I've done that. And then you've got your primary bevel, and then further up I like to put a micro bevel on it. It saves so much time when I'm sharpening that I don't have to remove all the material here on the primary bevel. And so you'll see what I do to get to that micro bevel is rock the blade up to the primary bevel and then up a little further to get to the micro bevel. So let's get started. I am starting here on a Nano Hone 25 micron diamond lapping plate. So I'm gonna rock forward until I find the primary bevel right there. And then with even pressure, I'm gonna lift up a little bit and go back and forth. I've got my wrist locked just as if I'm sharpening a knife. And I'm physically rocking forward and back. I'm standing up and I'm rocking forward and back to minimize any movement from my elbows or shoulders. If all I have to do is rock forward and back, that's going to keep this micro bevel angle consistent. And then what I'm going to do after this stone, I'm going to actually go to the Venev F800, which is about a 6 micron stone. And we're going to use a little trick that I learned from one of my new subscribers for the fluid. Right now what I use on these diamond lapping plates is water with Nano Hone Right, my apologies. And that helps to prevent the blade from rusting. So I'm just feeling for a burr. And I've got a little burr all the way across. And then what I want to do to remove that burr, there's a little trick that I learned from a master woodworker. His name is Rob Cosman. He's got his own YouTube channel. and he teaches woodworking, but basically we put this ruler here, and that acts as just the tiniest amount of elevation to rock the plane blade upward, just to polish kind of a back bevel. And you can see that I've got a really tiny back bevel on this, so I don't have to flatten the entire plane blade, the back of it. I started out on this blade flattening it, and then these come really with high strict tolerances in terms of they're down to the thousandth of an inch in terms of flatness, so that's why they're not cheap blades. But you can see this tiny back bevel, and to put that back bevel on, all I'm going to do is set this on the ruler, and hold the ruler in place, push down, and all I'm going to do, because I already have the back bevel established, is pull this back and forth a couple of times while pushing down. And what that's going to do is remove the burr. So we've done that. We take our little tiny transparent ruler off. We'll take this stone off, and I'll catch you on the next stone. All right, so I've got the Venev F800 on the stone holder here, and one of my new subscribers recommended using about a 30% glycerin to 70% water honing solution. So we're gonna give this a try, and a little bit, I heard, goes a long way. So let's start with that. If we need more, we can add it, but okay. So same thing. We're just gonna press down to the primary bevel. I'm gonna rock up a little bit and then ride it forward. Oh yeah, I can see that it's, see the recommendation to use the honing solution came because otherwise the person that I got this tip from said that the stone otherwise gets loaded up, but you can see how much is coming off. And so as I press forward and touch the puddle there, we're getting a lot of material off, which is awesome. Not a lot of work needed. And so we're gonna do that little trick again here. Then I'm gonna flip the stone over And we're just gonna finish on the F1200 and be done with it. Couple times back and forth, and then you can see there's a line right there, and that's the burr that we're taking off. So I'll set that down. And we're gonna flip this over. And then we'll clean up at the end. This will give us a nice roughly 3 micron sharpening edge. All right, good there. Throw that on. Do our little trick again. Remove the burr. Let's see, I want to push this up flush. There we go. Perfect. So here we go. We've got the finished blade here. You can see the micro bevel is polished again. And our back bevel is there, polished as well. Looks great. I'm sure this is ready to cut. One thing I could do is use a strop. I've not used a strop before because I usually remove the burr using that side-to-side motion on the stone. I do use a strop out in the garage in my workshop in between sharpenings. That's more of a maintenance to just touch up the edge. So I appreciate you watching. Feel free to share, leave a comment. I'll answer any questions you've got, and I appreciate any knowledge you can share. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and recommend this to anybody that you think could benefit from it. Damn for all out.